Erickson Lubin is a problem and could defeat Vergil Ortiz Jr. this weekend. It's a very interesting fight. Lubin is a massive underdog. I don't know why. I don't know why. I thought Lubin was very good against Ramos, no matter what people say about the result. I thought Lubin was very good, and it was a very close and competitive fight. And no matter what people want to say about his two losses to Jamal Charlo and Sebastian Fundora, that Sebastian Fundora stoppage was very strange. That Jamal Charlo fight, it just simply wasn't Lubin's night, and I think he's came a very long way since that fight. But I think right now, Lubin is a huge problem for Vergil Ortiz Jr. He can definitely win. He can definitely win. First of all, Southpaw, he's got a horrible, horrible, and deadly Southpaw jab. It is deadly. And Vergil Ortiz Jr. will be getting caught with that a lot. Lubin is very good at timing that Southpaw jab of his, and it is lethal when it lands. It is. It's lethal when it lands on anyone. And Vergil Ortiz loves pressure, which Lubin is just going to invite. And Ortiz Jr. is going to be walking into that jab. I think Lubin's got very good straight shots, and Lubin is very strong as well. He's very strong when he's on the ropes. He does hold his ground well. Ortiz Jr. will obviously be on the front foot. I don't think that will bother Lubin. I think Lubin picks his shots well off the ropes, goes to the body nicely. I feel like the fight against Ramos, in ways, could be very similar to how this one plays out. And I think Lubin's only going to be better. I think he's only going to be better. I think Lubin's improving fight by fight. He's only. I think we're gonna. This is the best that we're gonna see Erickson Lubin. I think he's going to be very good at it, and he's got that style which is going to cause Ortiz Jr. problems. He can lure him onto some shots. And again, I think the jab for Lubin is going to be a huge factor in this fight. And it's going to be able to dictate the flow a lot. It's going to be able to pick up rounds. Lubin can win. He really can. I think people really underestimate him because you look at his resume, it's like, oh, he got knocked out in the first round against Jamal Charlo. Lubin is a very good and awkward fighter whose shots are very unpredictable. Timing is very good. Lubin, I think, he's very patient with his work and he does have good volume and he only really throws when he knows he's gonna land. And he's clever, that makes him really clever. He is very clever. His shots come out of nowhere at times. I think the straight left is very good. I think his hooks to the body are good when he's being backed up against the ropes. And again, they're going to be key shots for him in this fight against Vergil Ortiz Jr. I think Vergil Ortiz Jr. obviously has the power advantage over Erickson Lubin. Ortiz Jr. hits very hard. And again, I think Ortiz has very good variety in his shots. Of course, I think he mixes his shots up very nicely, and he's of course got deadly power. But I think stylistically, Lubin would probably be more harder than what Israel Madrimov was, and that was definitely the hardest fight in Virgil Ortiz's career, or was it? It was probably Boashark. But again, I think this could be even harder than that. Lubin fights very well going backwards, but Lubin can take the initiative when they're in the middle of the ring with his straight shots. And I think the only way Virgil Ortiz really gets success against Lubin is when they are up close. At range, it's Lubin all day long. But I think Lubin can match his energy, Virgil Ortiz's energy, to the body. And up close, I think Lubin is going to hold a threat throughout the 12 rounds in this fight. And there's so much talk about Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Jaron Ennis Boots right now. And it's like, do you really need that distraction? Lubin is a huge problem. He is a huge problem. People don't realize it. People don't realize how good Erickson Lubin is. I'm really hyped. I'm really excited for this fight because I think it could go many ways. You never know, Ortiz Jr. could spark Erickson Lubin out. Lubin could outbox Virgil Ortiz. He really could. Lubin can cause him problems. And again, Virgil Ortiz Jr. is not indestructible. His chin isn't indestructible. It's a good chin. But again, look at the timing that Bolshak was able to do to Virgil Ortiz Jr. I think Lubin's got better timing than what Bolshak has got. And I think he's much more unpredictable. I think he's got much better timing. I think he's quicker than what Bolshak is. I think Lubin has, much better attributes than what Serhii Bolshak does. I don't think people realise the threat that Virgil Ortiz got on his hands this Saturday. And Virgil Ortiz himself might not even realise it. Erickson Lubin is I just feel like he's got that style which is so awkward for a come forward fighter like Virgil Ortiz, because with Virgil Ortiz, it's one way or the highway. It's plan A, come forward, back him up on the ropes, and just bully him really. But I think you need more than that to be a real threat to Lubin. And I'm not saying Lubin will definitely win. I'm not saying I'm picking him to win, but again, if I don't think Virgil Ortiz has got a style where he can make easy work out of someone like Erickson Lubin. We look at the losses that Lubin's had in Jamal Charlo and Sebastian Fundora. First of all, Lubin did great against Fundora. It's a great fight, dropped him as well. It was a very good competitive fight for however long it lasted till the stoppage for those 9 rounds. Then we look at that Jamal Charlo fight, and it's like, that was prime Jamal Charlo, and Jamal Charlo had a very good style to be able to pick Lubin apart and be able to do what he wanted to do. I think Jamal Charlo, again, 2017 happened, ridiculously dangerous. Erickson Lubin now in 2025, 8 years ago that is a completely different fighter to then. Even from 2022 when he lost to Fundora, Erickson Lubin is a completely different fighter now. He's going to be a real problem for Virgil Ortiz Jr. And I think you're stupid if you think Virgil Ortiz is just going to walk through him. It's not going to happen.